Hey FLOSSTUBE friends, it's Lana with Silly Notion Stitcher. I'm here with a special edition with lights in my eyes for the 13 in 250 SAL, 13 for 250 SAL, which is representing the 13 colonies. And in 2026, that will be celebrating 250 years of declaring our independence as a nation. And so I am going to go through, hopefully these add up to 13, but I'm going to go over the projects that I have selected that I want to focus on for this wonderful celebration. So thank you to Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, and I believe Nancy, the teacher, who I think is the Smiling Stitcher, who created the SAL. I would recommend going to the Disorderly Stitcher's FLOSSTUBE and watching their back episodes that are focused on this SAL. They have a lot of cool project sharing that they're doing. And I have a finish. I have a first finish. Finally, the faded flag that was in timeout a few times. Seriously. So there was a lot of ribbit frogging going on with this one, but there it is. Isn't it lovely? This is on a Picture This Plus, I'm pretty sure, a Picture This Plus Ada. I'm going to call it 16 count. And I did use the called for colors of floss, because I realized if I would have picked the DMCs, the Weeks Dye Works colors that are the called for, no, sorry, they are Gentle Arts, and I love Gentle Arts. I knew that it would be a way that I could add to my stash, and several of these colors are also called for in other projects that I will be doing for this SAL. So that is going to get stitched up pretty quickly into a skinny pillow. The other skinny pillow that is hot on the radar for completion, and I want to thank somebody. I have started using Libby a lot for subscribing to cross stitch magazines, so I really encourage you to check it out. If you belong to your library system, I am a member of the Free Library of Philadelphia and also then my local region in Pennsylvania, and I'm able to get a subscription to Just Keep Stitching, and it will tell me when there's a new edition out, and then through the magic of screenshots, I'm able to stitch these charts that I like. So this is another one that I am in progress with, also with from October House Fiber Arts, and that is what the faded flag is from the Skinny series, and I have a few of her skinny pillows. I pretty much did my own colors with this. So I have no table, and so it's a little precarious going on here. Love it. I love it. My lighting is not the greatest in here. I thought the overhead light and the outdoor light would be enough, but it is not. Oh, there goes my neighbor and my most wonderful dog that I love, and we haven't seen her in a few days. She comes and sits with us on the porch, and now I've missed her, but that's okay. I'm here with you. So I just have a few more words to show. To finish. Just have those light blue words to do and a little white, and I'm finished. Let and ring is what I will be finishing. So that is definitely on the docket for this week to have another finish. So that is 2 out of 13. Bada boom. So we're moving along. Another one I have on my list is Brenda Gervais' My Home Sweet Home. And this is a lovely story. Talk about patriotic and Americans helping each other out. I was at StitchCon 2 years ago, and I admired this woman was working on this pattern, and I said, oh, it's actually much smaller than I would have pictured it to be. And we were chit-chatting, and I was admiring it. This is her pattern. So she's like, at the end of the retreat, she's like, come back on Sunday. I'm pretty much almost finished with this, and you can have it. So, very sweet of her. I think I did start it. I have my flosses in this organza bag on a card that I got from a retreat from a table mate. This is a Lugana. Oh geez, I thought I started it. Haha. I am thinking of, I have her autumn one. I always feel like it says like butternut, or maybe the house is like a butternut color or something like that. So that's the one that I'm thinking of that I started. So here's my fabric. But I really, when I knew that I wanted to participate in this sale, of course, gathering the patterns is the fast and easy part, and sitting down and deciding what you're gonna do is easy. Then I had to really focus on my fabrics, what I had in stash, and pulling together floss. So I did really well now with, I think I have most of my stuff kitted up that I'm on the projects that I'm serious about. I have a Boss Stitchers set of floss drops. I've been at the Stitch New England retreats, and I'm pretty sure this is where I got those. And they tie in to this theme, as well as my ocean seashore charts that I'm doing. And someone gifted me this at a retreat, so I'm slowly getting organized with my floss. But a lot of times I do keep my floss in little pouches with the projects, but here's one that's sunflowers, so I might use that in this as well. All right, so I know I'm going to open this up and see that I started something on this. Oh, no. Please hold. Okay, another project in progress is from our wonderful freebie designer, and her name will totally escape me now. Since it's free, I'm going to flash it. So I'm working on this. Everybody can yell out who her name is. Terrible. Okay, so I have my flosses tucked in here. I'm still sort of picking my flosses, but that's the progress I have on this one. Love that flag. right, so who's counting for me? I think that was 14 patterns. I have a lot of them in this project bag, which I got off Amazon. There were, I think it came in a pack of 3, and I do really like them because they sort of name them like that they're for documents or something. I kind of like that it's sort of like a double-decker thing. So you have this bigger pouch, and then you have a smaller pouch, and, you know, project tag area. So how I'm treating this is that in the back section of this bag, I've kept some patterns that I was sort of on the fence about. But then they're at least close at hand and available. One of those that I'm on the fence about is this one. I bought this a few years ago. So I am a Southern PA stitcher. I live on the edge of Lancaster County, and it really wouldn't take that long. And I'm already working with those colors anyway. You know, I have them tucked right in here, so that would be a pretty easy one to get done. All right, so this one I'm totally obsessed with and in love with, but I haven't started it yet. Abby Rose Designs. Let Freedom Ring, another Let Freedom Ring. This is the one that I started, so I was a little confused earlier. Now, I would like to have these little kitted up things not in these annoying bags all the time, so I need to figure that out. Well, I have organza bags that I might switch to. Oh, and that's where we are. So I've chosen a Lugana for this. It might be weathered stone, but I think it's actually called like cereal milk or Cheerio. I think it's called Cheerio, and it's an Atomic Ranch Lugana. I am thinking that it is a 32 count. I think we're up to number 5. I think that was number 5. Okay, so now I have to switch bags. I was keeping them in this adorable basket. They kind of move around my stitching spot area. All right, so numbers 6, 7, and 8 are going to be, I had an advent box that I got, and I'm like, well, that pouch is going to come in handy. So let's see what we have in here. Okay, Little Robin Designs. And I picked this up at a retreat last fall. The Rebel Stitcher retreat in Philadelphia. Had to go with the Philadelphia theme. And this is my first 40 count linen stitching. And the fabric was freebie left on the freebie table, like the share table at that retreat. So it's a really nice size linen. I have no idea really where they got it. I don't know what it's called, but it's perfect for this. And serged all the way around. So here's my Justice. And I thought I had way more done on this one, but I think that's the Liberty one. No, that's the 1776 pattern. But the colors that she selected are just perfect. So it's just one red and one blue. Let me see if I can find it here. It's Weeks Dye Works Navy and Classic Color Works Hollyberry. I don't think I'm using the Hollyberry. I think I'm using a DMC, which is 816. Sadly, I can't tell you because now I can't find it. So it's probably in this bag somewhere. Yeah. Oh, I'm using DMC 22. This color's not really showing it correctly. Okay. Trying to just see if I had any other Patriotics in here, but not that bag. Then we have to move on to this really big bag. I made this. This was one of my first project bags. Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting, Molly Williams Homestead is what that little log cabin was. So there. I just can't ever pull together. I always am thinking like pansy and pumpkin and other things. But okay, so I said we were up to 8. This is number 9. Love this. Cocalico Stitchery. This was one that I was really struggling with. I just kept having to rip out things. And then I started making some headway and progress with it, but I got off track then, just working on something else. This one I have to have a lot more brain power in the evening. That's really what it comes down to. So I think when I started working on the skinny ones, they were just a lot easier for my brain. And I have to say, like, over the summer, I love to sit out on the front porch as long as I can into the evening, and it does cut into my stitching time. So what I do then is I work on my kitting up. I do stitch a little bit as long as the light holds out. I am having problems with my eyes right now that I'll talk about in another floss tube, but all fine. All will be well in a few weeks. Okay, so that was number 9. Number 10 is another Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. Oh gosh, there's 2. So this one is the Sarah Jane's 1776 Salt Box. This one is from 2021 on her blog, and it is a freebie. Like, unbelievable. It's just so wonderful. And I have to start this, like, immediately. That one's something that my brain power, you know, serves my brain power well in the evenings. This one is another one that's catching my eye. Also, I can turn this into a Patriotic summer house that she did. This is also from 2021, and it was from my birthday, so I have to do it. I love this one because this leans into this time of year with the sunflowers, and it's also got the beehives, which I love. Of course, the sheep and the quilt. So I think that takes us up to 10. This one I do not have kitted, but I'm pretty sure a lot of these patterns are winning me over if they have 1776 on them, and this one would have, you know, I'd put in 2025 or 2026. And this one falls into sampler September. So I think this is getting added to the list because it would be a pretty basic one to do. I think I would change the colors. I don't love all the browns in this. So, and maybe even some of the greens I would change. This is another possibility because I love the Forever in Peace, May You Wave. We need a bit more peace. Now Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, talks about, you know, if you want to tackle a big project, break it into 3, and you could have 3 count towards your 13. I love this border. I love the house. I don't love the black in the windows. I would have to change that somehow. Maybe do light blue or something. What I love even more, though, is now my friend Jill is working on Plum Street's American Welcome, I think it is. And I think I like it more. This pattern I thought was such a great find because it was only like, it was under $3 at a thrift store. And so I was like, oh, that would be so great. And I'm going to do that. My style is just not quite this primitive. And I did start it. I would maybe not do all of the motifs. I don't know. This is a very gold fabric. It's in my stash, and I think it works well for this so that the house would show up. But the colors, I did get all the called for colors, and again, they're just leaning a little bit more prim, rusty reds rather than more of a patriotic red, in my opinion. So this one has kind of been on the side shelf, and if I'm gonna do it and get it done, it should be on the front shelf. So I need a consult with my friend Jill because she stitches a lot of things like this and is stitching the Welcome Home, and I want to, she's really cranking things out this summer, so I am really happy for her for that, all that. So those are my projects that are on the list, and I am keeping track of them, sort of just keeping a list of them. Nancy, the Disorderly Stitcher, has provided a freebie American flag that you can print out. It's got 13 for $2.50 sal at the top, and it's really awesome because we have 13 stripes in our flag, which gives us 13 lines to put the project names on. So, of course, I started one. And now I've already changed some of the projects, so I had to print out another one, and I'm going to be filling that one out. But those are my projects. Are you participating, and do you have any favorites? Are you working on any of the same ones? Let me know. Hope you liked this, and hope to see you next time. Bye. Happy stitching.